This year was different than most, not because obviously there were a good number of teams that were looking for a new head coach, but this year was different. This offseason was different, or this coaching carousel was different because of the names on this carousel and names that we're not used to seeing be available. Let's say that. Now, I talked about the difference in how we view Bill Belichick and his departure from the New England Patriots, and how we view Nick Saban and his retirement from the Alabama Crimson Tide, and how those situations, while they look a tad bit similar, they are drastically different in how they're perceived leaving the door, how they were perceived during their tenure, and what could happen moving forward. And one thing that I said was, the reason Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots are here is because of rigidness. And being rigid, especially in a free-flowing market, which is the NFL at times, that's not going to work all the time. There's a difference between being rigid and stubborn and being, or for lack of a better term, standing quote unquote 10 toes on winning principles. I'm never going to disrespect Bill Belichick in a sense of, I know what he's done. I know his track record as far as accomplishments, accolades, is second to none in the NFL. But as we sit here today, we find ourselves in a weird situation. You see, the name Bill Belichick obviously rings bells. The name Bill Belichick is synonymous with winning. It's synonymous with Super Bowls. It's synonymous with championship pedigree. It's synonymous with dynasties. But one thing that has been said is there are certain times when the past does nothing for you in the present. And that's what we're seeing with Bill Belichick. I started this by saying that there was a bunch of head coaching jobs available. The Patriots needed a coach. The Titans needed a coach. The Chargers needed a coach. The Panthers needed a coach. The Falcons needed a coach. The Washington Commanders needed a coach. The Seattle Seahawks needed a coach. Meaning there were multiple opportunities for Bill Belichick to get a job. And there was multiple teams that could have put their name in the ring to get a coach that was in charge of a dynasty. Yet and still, as we sit here today, Bill Belichick is one of a few coaches that still do not have a job. The New England Patriots took Gerard Mayo. Obviously, that wasn't going to work, seeing as though the Patriots and Bill Belichick parted ways. The Titans, that had someone that was under the Bill Belichick tree and Mike Vrabel, they went with Brian Callahan. The Chargers, who was looked at to be one of the best options as far as head coaching because of Justin Herbert and the young talent that he is, they went with Jim Harbaugh. The Panthers, a totally rebuild opportunity for Bill Belichick. They had Bryce Young. They're one of the youngest teams in football. They went with Dave Canales. I know I said your name wrong. Sorry, I apologize. The Atlanta Falcons, the team that we thought was in the driver's seat to get Bill Belichick. He had a second interview with them. Things seemed to be looking to be Bill Belichick's job. They went left and got Raheem Morris, which I think was a fantastic hire. Meaning, there's 2 head coaching positions available. The Washington Commanders and the Seattle Seahawks. And there are still a bevy of names that would be suitable for those jobs, including Bill Belichick, including Mike Vrabel, including Pete Carroll. If you wait long enough, you will see how somebody feels about you. And I mean that in this context, in a way of, we know who Bill Belichick is. We know what Bill Belichick has done. And you would think that alone would warrant anyone to want Bill Belichick, to want a coach that has coached a dynasty. But you know what I think is funny about that? I think it's very interesting how we discuss Bill Belichick. Now, again, none of this is hate. I don't want this to come across as hate. I don't want this to come across as me being disrespectful. This is me being honest. But it's always interesting how we discuss Bill Belichick. And I don't remember who said it, so I apologize for not being able to give you credit. But it's interesting how we describe Bill Belichick, because when we talk about just the New England Patriots, we always talk about how you kind of look at the dynasty as a percentage pie, right? And you look at it as half of it was Bill Belichick, half of it was Tom Brady. That's only viewed like that when discussing the Patriots. But when we talk about Bill Belichick as far as, trying to go to a new team or trying to get a new head coaching job, it's always, Bill Belichick has 6, 7, 8 championships. You never really hear about Tom Brady. I think that's very interesting. But also, like I said, it's very interesting how we discuss Bill Belichick and what we tend to bring up. You see, I'm one of the people that look at the whole scope of it before I just start hammering in on a point. Yes, Bill Belichick was the coach of a team that was a dynasty. Yes, Bill Belichick is one of the greatest coaches in NFL history. But there's also things that come with Bill Belichick that teams might not want. For instance, Bill Belichick has shown he is not great when it comes to the draft. Or let me back up. Bill Belichick hasn't shown the ability to be a great front office person, a great GM type situation. Because you look at what happened when Tom Brady left the New England Patriots, how poor they looked, and how some of the decisions from the front office, some of the draft decisions, some of the decisions directly involved with Bill Belichick was head scratching, to say the least. And I don't know. Let me first say I don't know. But I think that that's something that was a blockage in negotiating around Bill Belichick. I think that when you're used to something, you want to continue. When something is, Bill Belichick was used to having front office decisions. And while you can say, well, he hit on Tom Brady, yeah, in the 6th round, it means he passed on him 5 times. And I don't think a team looked at that and was like, I don't think we want to deal with that. I think it's very interesting, where we are and where Bill Belichick is. Because I don't think it's kind of like the dynasty talk. And you're looking at what the Golden State looks like right now. And you're looking at almost every single dynasty. They never really end peacefully. They never really end beautifully. And I'm kind of looking at the same way with the Bill Belichick coaching tenure. Do I think that he's done coaching? No. But I do think that it's the way that people thought he would be viewed now, including myself, now on the open market, that's obviously not true. And we look up today, and you would think that Bill Belichick would have his pick of the litter, seeing as though the accolades that he has to his belt, but doesn't really seem like the case. Again, and that's not just Bill Belichick, that's Mike Vrabel as well. I think that teams are waiting to see what's going to happen with the AFC Championship, because for some reason there's a rumor going around saying that this could be Andy Reid's last year. I don't know. But I think it's just crazy how we look up right now and Bill Belichick doesn't have a coaching job. Mike Vrabel doesn't have a coaching job. Pete Carroll doesn't have a coaching job. And honestly, I ain't really heard much about Pete Carroll or Mike Vrabel in a minute. I know that even Washington was interviewing like Eric Bieniemy or something. And Washington has some of the most cap space in the NFL going to the offseason. So I don't know. Oh, man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.